Hello Gemini, I'm Poetic Heretic, and this is your November 2017 tarot forecast. Do remember you can use these videos for your sun, rising, and moon signs. So this month we are again doing the weekly forecast, 4 cards, one for each week, and then a 5th card summing up the energy of the whole month. So here we go. Let's see what the universe has in store for Gemini. For all those born under the sign of Gemini in the month of November 2017. Well, there we are already. The first week, the moon reversed. The second week, the 7 of Wands. The third week, the 6 of Pentacles. The fourth week, the 10 of Wands reversed. And the 5th card, summing up the whole month, the 9 of Cups reversed. Okay, so let's look at this. So the first week with the moon reversed, this is often an indicator of seeing things as they are. No more illusions or confusion. Seeing clearly, seeing the truth, uncovering the truth, coming to terms with the truth even. This can also be an indicator of sort of a recovery from an illness or avoidance of an illness. Now, in some cases, it can take on a more negative meaning when reversed, and it can talk about still being caught up in uncertainty and confusion and stuff like that. But let me see here. When we look at the rest of the cards coming up, that doesn't exactly look likely. Although this 9 of Cups reversed could add an element of sadness to the situation, unfortunately. But if it does, don't look at that as a problem. Look at it simply as a challenge that you can learn and grow from. So that's what we have for the first week. It looks like things are becoming very clear. For the second week, you have the 7 of Wands. So this is talking about standing your ground and standing above it all, taking a moral position. In other words, having to sort of state how you feel and what you think about something, in a sense of morality or rightness or something like that, in opposition to what someone else might be trying to convince you of or get you to believe or stuff like that. It's basically a card of standing your ground, and it can be with an element of tension, but not necessarily. It's more of, at least in the way that I read it anyway, it comes with a positive connotation of standing one's ground. So you could be looking at stuff like that in the second week here of November. So you're seeing things clearly and you're standing your ground based on what you're seeing. For the third week, you have the 6 of Pentacles. This is a card of receiving the payoff and rewards for work well done. So you can look forward to that happening around the third week. It's also a card of sharing and exchange and generosity and people of integrity. It's a card of, as you can see clearly from the artwork, giving to the poor, giving to those in need. So that can manifest either as you, Gemini, giving to someone else who is in greater need, and or someone giving to you something that you need. It doesn't always have to be money. It can be almost anything really. Although with the Six of Pentacles, it's more likely to have to do with the physical realm, so money and all other physical forms of wealth and abundance. For the fourth week and the rest of the month, the Ten of Wands reversed. This usually indicates the release of a burden, no longer feeling weighed down by something, which can be very, which can provide for a lot of relief, but it can also talk about the idea of manifestation with it being a 10. So this could be when you finally get to a sort of critical point with something and something manifests, and now you're not feeling as burdened by it, or it's like a weight off your shoulders. But on the flip side of that, and I guess with some of this other energy, it's almost like saying, if early in the month you don't see the truth, and if you don't stand your ground, and if you haven't done the work, then you're not going to get the manifestation in the fourth week, and that's why the card is reversed. If you haven't done the hard work that the Ten of Wands also talks about, then you're not going to get the manifestation, the rewards for the work that you have done. And so it could be a sort of disappointment where you're trying to make something happen, and it doesn't happen, or more like if you're not trying to make something happen, it's not going to just happen just like that. It looks like basically this is a month where you probably want to do the work to get the rewards. In other readings, in other areas of life, other times in life, it seems like the universe just kind of gives us what we want. We see that in a number of cards. But in this situation, it looks more likely to be one where you have to do the work to get what you want, to get the rewards and the payoff. So that's what we're seeing here. And then to look at the final card summing up the energy of the whole month, it is the Nine of Cups reversed. Well, this does dampen things, unfortunately. I'm not going to lie. If I interpret this card on its own, I say it means, in its reverse position, sadness, sorrow, disappointment, dissatisfaction, a lack of fulfillment, even emotional pain, and being disappointed by something someone says or does, or something like that, things of that nature. That doesn't mean it has to be like that for the entire month. We've got some fairly positive cards here, really. Like the first four cards are more or less positive most of the time, I would say. So that doesn't mean that it's going to be that bad, in other words, when we interpret this in context. But maybe in some extreme situations, like if you're not handling the energy very well, maybe it could turn out to be intensely disappointing and saddening. But sometimes when we have a card like this, the Nine of Cups, and it's reversed, the reversal is simply indicating a lessening of the upright energy. And the upright energy of this card is very happy indeed. It's a party atmosphere. It's satisfaction, fulfillment, enjoying the pleasures of life, enjoying especially the physical and emotional pleasures of life, and getting what you want. And it even has a bit of an implication of the completion of something, or the almost completion of something, and celebrating the almost completion of something, taking the time to celebrate. So it could be that that's the energy mixed in, just not as extreme. In other words, you're getting some satisfaction and some fulfillment, but it's not going to be just that. It's not going to be to the full extent of that. As I said earlier, it looks like you're still going to have to face the truth, look at things as they are, stand your ground, and do your work in order to get the satisfaction and fulfillment that you want. That seems to be the strongest message in this reading. So there's also an element of hope there, because if you, it's like saying if you do in fact do your work this month, then you will get the great satisfaction and fulfillment and enjoyment of the physical and emotional pleasures of life that the Nine of Cups talks about. But you've got to do what you've got to do. And so apply that to your situation as you see fit. And I'm sure that you will get the rewards, the relief that you want, that the Ten of Wands reverse talks about, and the manifestation that you want, that that card also talks about. So that is about it, my dear Geminis out there. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you do work with this energy well, and I hope that you have a great month and get the satisfaction and fulfillment that you desire. This has been a tarot forecast for the sign of Gemini for the month of November 2017 from Poetic Heretic. Don't forget to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.